Trisha Paytas and Jeffree Star. Oh my God, there's so much drama going on today. All right, so check this out, all right? So Trisha Paytas has had a lot to say.
Let me pin this funny comment. So I haven't been live since last night. I literally haven't been live in, I don't know, 17 hours. But according to this little rat, I'm always live. It's like people try to use my job against me like it's a weapon. And what if I was live 24/7? What are you gonna do about it? I haven't been live since 11:30 p.m. last night. I'm just genuinely curious how people's little peanut brains work. The last time I was live was 11:30 last night. I had 6 business meetings today. I shot a full Valentine's look for TikTok, Instagram, and my brand page. I did product approvals for hours. I got to meet with my whole team. I saw my mother and my family. But people love to try to weaponize. Yeah, you're always on live. Really? I had no idea. Because the only thing I'm proud of is my work ethic, baby. Okay? People can say whatever they want about me. But my work ethic is amazing. Ooh, here's another little rodent. Look. Why the freaky are you still relevant? Was that a real question? Because I don't know if that's a real sentence, Spooky. Claire, are you okay, baby? Did you fall off on the bed this morning and bump the back of your head? Because yeah, you're in my life, sweet cheeks. People are really silly today, y'all. I don't know if it's the threat of this app going away or all the doom and gloom that started with all the weather this year, but there's a lot of angry folks out there, y'all. Oh my gosh. Oh my goodness. Yeah, very interesting. I'm just living my life and doing me, baby. I ain't bothering nobody. I'm just over here in my little pink world.
About Casey Neistat and that whole David Dobrik situation. And even Jeffree Star went on to his platform and talked about his frustrations with TikTok Live Fest. Here's what he had to say real quick. Here we go.
Queen Linda, why would I bother with that bullshit? Girl, please. Are you going to Live Fest? For what? Bitch, I'd be the only real star in the building. Well, maybe me and Jason Derulo would be the only ones that anyone would recognize. The fuck I'm going to Live Fest for? The fuck? Why would I go to that for? Ain't no one gonna know who anyone is there. Girl, please. For what? I'm gonna pull up and waste a flight, an outfit, a wig, for what? For who? Who's there to even hang out with or meet with? Why aren't you at Live Fest? Because I'm busy, sweetie. What? For who? What would I go there for? I won number 3 in the whole world last year. I'm good. I already did that. Baby. You feel me? Like, not to toot my own horn, but baby, we finished number 3 in the whole world last year. I got a trophy in my fucking mantle. Okay, on the #1 app in America, TikTok, we love you. And the TikTok shop is, of course, now open. Okay? Y'all wanna see me interact with these little creators? I'm good. I'm not fake, so I'm gonna stay my ass home. Y'all want me to be fake? I can pull up and let them know who's who, baby. But we don't have time for all that. A flight to London, wasting a wig, a designer outfit, a pair of shoes, for what? For who? Why would I go to that? What would I go to Live Fest London for? Girl, please.
All right, so TikTok Live Fest is you get like maybe a couple, maybe like $20, $30, $50,000. Let me fix my camera. And you're allowed to go to this competition where you meet all the other creators from TikTok. Well, that's what Jeffree Star had to say. He's just like, I'm the only star who's gonna be there. And you know, it's kind of a slap in the face for him to say that about TikTok, because that's where he makes a lot of money and #1 brand on that app, he claims. And I think that when he said that, it was being a little shady. But TikTok Live Fest isn't all that like what it's cracked up to be, especially when you see these creators who have like maybe 5,000 followers make it to Live Fest because they had, you know, somebody gift them $30,000, $40,000, $50,000 to make it to Live Fest. So it's kind of like, it's more of like a money game, if that makes sense. Especially when you have that, anyways, but who am I? I've never been to Live Fest. This is why they don't invite me to Live Fest or stuff like that. But I really do like, and you know, I have my opinions about Trisha Paytas, and I do like her at times, and I actually do question about some stuff that she does at times. But what I do like about this situation is how Trisha Paytas is really coming for David Dobrik's neck and the Vlog Squad and Casey Neistat and things like that. And I also am excited to hear what Ethan Klein has to say about David Dobrik and that whole Casey Neistat situation. But I almost feel like Ethan Klein is kind of like waiting to see how it pans out before he gives this like real true commentary. Not to say that if he says something now, he wouldn't like go back and say, hey, I apologize. That's not, I thought that this way, but now I think it this way. I think that he would if that's the case, but I think he's just waiting to see how things like pan out to really go in and give his like, true opinion about it. But all that to say this, right? This is what Trisha Paytas had to say about the David Dobrik, Casey Neistat thing. And I was really excited to hear about it. Like I was shook. I was so freaking shook. Okay.
Well, I guess it's David Dobrik. But no, enemy number 2 is Casey Neistat, but it goes hand in hand. Casey Neistat I've always called out. I have always, since like literally 2019, probably before I even got kicked out of the vlog squad, I've been calling this out. Ever since Casey came around, December 2018, in the backyard, it was for some celebration, I don't know, David's 10 million, I don't know, whatever it was. Always just so like ignores me. Like there literally could be 3 people in the backyard and Casey will not acknowledge me, and I'm just like that. And it's happened at least on 4 occasions. He's misogynistic. 1. He's obsessed with David Dobrik 2, and he's just like a bad person as we see now, because it's really just down to like. And I do love Jeff. I don't love gotcha moments, but I do love Jeff's gotcha moments, which Jeff is the last person I think to do a gotcha moment on anyone. But that's how like dumb Casey is, because I remember Casey being like, that's a mischaracterization, because he said something like, why are you defending David? And he's like, I'm not. That's a and then he plays that, there's that clip of Casey being like, and part of me is to protect him. It's like, what? Like, it's so gaslighty. I hate it so much. But he is weirdly obsessed with David. Weirdly obsessed with a lot of people in that vlog squad. He like praises so many people that are actually also have turned out to be horrible people that do creepy and, prey on people and stuff like that. Like, it's so weird. And he like, the way he like boosts up these people is crazy. But ultimately went on Jeff Wittick's podcast, like the person who's like a direct victim, who's like still like just, this is why David will be enemy number 1, because like literally just like messed up this like person's life, but then also blamed him on top of that. And then Casey has like, I want to see this. I want to see it so bad. I haven't seen it, but has like this whole documentary, not just about like Jeff, but other victims of David that could like vindicate, like give them some sort of like closure, I guess, and doesn't put it out. Like I feel like that's like not integral. Is that the word? Like it's not, what is the word? Like you're like, you have something that you could like show the world and you don't. What is that called? You lack integrity. Is that what I'm trying to say?
Has no integrity.
Because why? People don't want to pick it up because like it's not going to Netflix. Like you have a YouTube channel. Like you don't, you, like it could be so impactful and he doesn't.
Yeah.
Because what? The money? It's like he's still obsessed with David, even though like obviously David wants nothing to do with him anymore. It's just so weird. I don't know what his deal is. I think he's just, I wouldn't say this because I think he's like intelligent in the fact that he's like had a successful like YouTube career at one point, but I just think, I don't know, I don't know what the word is. He just lacks intelligence, I guess.
I think the gaggy thing to me too, like that was the big thing for me, was like he was like the big thing is it didn't get picked up and like no one wanted it. Hulu, Netflix, blah blah blah. And if I put it on my own channel, it has this, it is under this purview as gossip, and I don't want it to be gossip. And I was like, so you want it to be on Netflix, the esteemed platform that has Love is Blind, Is It Cake, like the Harry Jowsey on 3 different shows. Netflix is not some like big, like Netflix is a dumping ground for a ton of content, as are all the other ones. And also, way to dunk on your platform that you come from. So that is so like insulting to everyone who consumes YouTube's content intelligence. Is our content very silly, kind of dumb? Well, yes, but there are intelligent people on here that like the Legal Eagle and like, you know, all these other people who are intelligent, have really smart video essays, have a lot of important things to say, or like teaching people important things about the world.
Yeah.
So to diminish everyone on YouTube as like, oh, it'd be gossip if it was on YouTube, like if it was on my own channel, like it doesn't, it's like, not going to be taken seriously. It's like, way to all of us, like, what the hell? And you're also going on the most random podcast gossiping, you know what I mean? Like, that's all you're doing. You're just making You've got him impulsive gossiping about this documentary. All he's doing is gossip. He's just gossiping, gabbing, just rage baiting, just trying to be relevant again. Because I was asking most of them, like, why is he doing all this? Like, why is he, like, what's the point? The movie's not coming out. No one wants it. But, like, what are you promoting? How awful you are? Like, I have something that could take David down, but I'm not going to do it because Netflix doesn't want it. It's like, what? And then he's like, but I'm probably protecting him, even though all these victims, I'm sharing their story, and they were so thankful that I'm sharing their story. So you literally got them to share their story, relive trauma, all this stuff like that. And you're just like,
I don't know. Maybe I'm protecting David. No, that's a mischaracterization. I'm not protecting David. No, but you said that because, like, what is wrong with you? And
No,
then
it was
praising
like,
other people.
I'm not protecting David. That's a mischaracterization. Maybe. Pardon me. It's like, okay, well, semantics. Like,
Men are so annoying that way.
It's so semantics.
Oh, upside down smiley.
And then I hate it under the guise of like, well, the internet doesn't understand nuance. I am perfectly capable of understanding and digesting nuance 100%. But you saying maybe I'm protecting David versus I'm protecting David, like that is literally semantics, and it's the same. The thesis is the same.
Did he say that? People don't understand nuance. It's like he thinks he's
like,
just so smart.
Yes,
and
that's
you're
what
not.
I hate.
Yeah,
because he's like, it comes across like it's so much better than you. Like he's above it. It's like the thing he's created is so much better than it. I'm like, damn. Also, part of me is like, if every single one of these like platforms has passed on it, is it even that good? Like, what is the tea, honey? Because Netflix has everything. Not even like CNN, Fox News, like ABC News, CBS.
Tubi? They buy everything. Yeah.
Like they have the freaking Noah Beck movie. Like if Noah Beck can get on Tubi and your documentary can't, what's going on?
Maybe it's just not so good.
We're seeing the documentary about Casey not releasing the documentary.
Honestly,
I've seen so many interviews about it.
Yeah,
he won't stop talking about it.
He's
and I'm
so
like,
annoying.
Trish presents Casey Neistat.
I'm gonna do a documentary on
that's
this.
what's so weird is his only point of relevancy right now is the fact that he has something he won't release.
It
Like,
probably
you know what I
isn't
mean?
that
Like,
good.
there's nothing
probably
else. Like,
I can't imagine any of it being good. I mean, he still praises David. He still praises people in that group, and I'm like, are you okay? Like, it's actually insane. So many like predatory behaviors in that group where he's like, I love them. They're great. They're wonderful. I was just like, you're psycho. He is. He always has. He's always giving me those. Maybe it's the sunglasses where he never takes them off. Like, what? Like that. And he never did, ever. And I was just like, how are you just like going up to people in real life? Like, I get that's your persona, whatever. But you're like talking to someone this close and you don't take off your scratched sunglasses? Like, that's so weird. I'm sure he tried to sell it at some point. I'm sure he made a merch or something. Get some Casey Neistat sunglasses. I know. And he probably has something wrong with his eye. Okay, like, don't come for me, okay?
I don't know
like,
if he does. I thought that too, maybe. I haven't heard anything about it. He took off his glasses for a second in the Jeff Whittick interview.
and how were they?
He looked normal. He was like, because he did a snafu where he was like, not making the movie I wanted to make about David was really painful. And he's like, I shouldn't say painful. And then he took off his glasses. This is my face. Like, no, I didn't have any surgeries or anything. This is just how I look.
Oh,
so
weird flex on Jeff. Being like, actually, mine's not painful. Yours is painful, but weird.
I mean, if
okay.
Jeff can do the interview without glasses, you can too.
Exactly. That was weird. I don't know. Anyways,
Yeah,
kudos
the
for
whole
Jeff looking smart in that. I mean, not to say he's not, but he looks smarter than, because I think Jeff comes across as like a himbo. Maybe he's not dumb, but like, that's like his shtick or whatever, that he's a little himbo. But he looked like so intelligent compared. He looked like Dr. Dillman next to Casey Neistat. You know what I mean? I was like, damn, okay.
really have his own, like, journalistic integrity. I didn't know Jeff FM was capable of such journalistic integrity, but
he went in. Casey Neistat going in there was crazy. I was like, you just make yourself look so insane. Like, what? Like,
it was very odd. It was to also, I don't know, like you said, like gaslight us into thinking that that's not what he said, but then there are clips of what he did say, and it was all just bizarre. I mean, obviously Casey and Jeff are obviously cool, and they're still friendly despite everything. Couldn't be me. Again, couldn't be me.
Yeah. Is that when he's still protecting David? It's so annoying. Just put it out there.
Weird. It's also bizarre. But I don't even know. Like, me personally, I'm like, now at this point, honestly, F it. Like, I don't give it. The only reason I would care about it is if maybe, like, the girl, like, the victim from, like, the Dirty Dom situation, like, if she was really passionate about wanting it to be seen, then yes, kudos, support you. But other than that, I'm like, honestly, I feel like the moment's gone. It's irrelevant now. The stuff in it, we all know what happened at this point. You know what I mean? It's like,
if there was something groundbreaking, I'm sure he would post it.
Yeah, we know David's going to come across badly in it. He doesn't come across great now,
Yeah. When has he ever come across good? Ever. Like, I don't know. Rosanna said she got clogged arteries from his pizza.
And also on my face today is the Anastasia Beverly Hills Impeccable Foundation. And I will link it down below in the YouTube shop if you guys liked how it looks. Okay, here we go, roll it.
I know he's kind of an awful person still, so. Casey Neistat documentary keeps getting leaked. Did you see another clip?
Oh, there's another clip that came out?
There's another clip where David, I think maybe this one's been out before, but it's like a longer version where he said, like, it's not fun unless someone gets hurt. You seen that one?
No.
And it's like them in the back of their like Studio City house, and now he's like, yeah. He's like, do you ever say no to David? She's like, yeah, I'm like the safety person. I say no to him a lot.
Oh my God.
And yeah, they were them doing like a weird stunt in the pool, and he's just, and yeah, that's when he's just like, yeah, it's just like not fun until like someone gets really seriously hurt or something. And even Jeff is like, David's so lucky. Like in this clip, he's like, he has the best luck of anybody. Like it's really like eerie and ominous. That documentary should just like come out.
Who is leaking it?
Probably Casey.
I was gonna say like because I like the timing is so odd, right?
Yeah.
And it's not like it's I guess there was like a digital screener for South by Southwest. That's how people like were able to watch it. But don't you think it would have like leaked if someone like screen recorded it or something?
Right.
It would have leaked when it was fresh, right? When Jeff was like just turning around.
And now it's happening now.
Yeah.
Maybe Jeff. He had access to the screener.
I want to get to the bottom of it.
I don't
like,
know any of this, by the way.
I know.
I don't think it's Jeff because I wanted him to send me it and he was like scared I was going to leak it. I was like, just send it to me. You know what I mean? But
I wish we would have probably, but yeah.
I wanted to react to it on Patreon, just like pausing and then like saying what just happened rather than like obviously sharing it to everybody. But
I know, because even in the episode, I was scared to put the leaked clip in as B-roll, like in the episode.
Oh, interesting. Yeah.
Even like Spill Sash shouldn't put it in her video, and I feel like because I was thinking I had the premonition. I was like, wait, if I post this and then he like claims it or something, then the whole thing is gone, then I'll lose it. And then I was like seeing, I was like, is anyone else using this? And then I
mean, it's
saw
all over
that,
TikTok.
and she like had a photo of her TikTok, but she didn't put the actual clip.
Oh,
so I'm like,
interesting.
damn, if even she's afraid to put it in, then
Yeah.
I don't think I should.
Well, good call on
Because
that
you
one.
shouldn't, if there's a leaked content
It's
or hacked
illegal.
content, you shouldn't.
Well, that's why we need
Show it.
TikTok, because how else are we going to get leaked content? Can't put it anywhere else. Yeah, it is crazy. I guess TikTok is kind of crazy that way, where there's not really like regulations.
It is for better. I mean, the downside too is like people post like all of Wicked. Like people are in there filming Wicked on their
Really?
phones, and they're posting like Wicked in 50 parts, like as it comes out.
Oh, that's crazy.
So
I
that's
didn't
like
see
the
that.
downside of it. But then there is the power of like, people spreading news and stuff. And I think that is the good part about TikTok is like, the power is in the hands of the people to spread different stories. Again, for better or
Yeah.
worse, because sometimes people be coming up with crazy things, but
But I think for the more better, like we said
Me
at the beginning,
too.
there's a lot of like worse out there, but I feel like better. It's like there's so much more like awareness, things go viral quicker,
Yeah.
and I don't know anyone who's not pro TikTok.
honestly, yeah, whose platform besides like obviously
The Supreme
government, I
Court.
guess.
Is that who's stopping it? I'm just scared to go against popular demand. You know what I mean? Like just with everything happening, it's like just go with the flow.
We're back. Grab a snack. Come on back. Okay, what am I gonna say? I wanted to say like when I watched her talk about it, it wasn't coming from a place of like being upset or like malice or being shady. I think she was being real and genuine about it. This is someone like I've always said this. The worst thing that David Dobrik could have ever done is let Trisha Paytas in that circle, right? Because she got all the tea and then she bounced. She was in and then she was out. She claimed she was in the vlog squad, but I don't really think she really was. But she, in my opinion, but like to be all honesty, when I think of vlog squad, I think of David Dobrik, Jason Nash, and then some random blonde-headed girl. But that's not Trisha Paytas. Kind of like in the background character of it all. That's what I think. But anyways, I'm very upset the fact that Casey Neistat still has not really came out with a documentary, and I've made several videos about it. So check out my other videos to see, because I go really in depth and I break down the clips and I talk about it. For some reason, due to audience participation, y'all don't like when I talk about Casey Neistat, but I just feel like he's a coward and he should show the video. I think he's protecting, he's protecting that guy, David Dobrik. That's my opinion on it, So, and I also been seeing lately a lot about what's going on with California and the fires, and I just want to sit here and acknowledge that and like give a heartfelt condolences to it. I don't know what it's like to lose my home in a fire, but I know what it's like to start over, and it's frustrating, it's scary, it's annoying, and some of these people don't even have insurance on their houses because the way it's set up, like in California for where the land is and things like that. So it is very crazy and it's sad. And I'm not gonna sit up here in front like I know what it feels like, because I don't. And so I just want to send lots of love, and the people in California who have been affected by the fire will be in my prayers, honestly. Okay, leave a like, leave a comment. This is Rich Slugs with the hottest news on YouTube. And let me know what you think about that. And thank you so much for watching the vlog that I posted the other day. I worked hard on it, and I really do think you guys liked it. I just wish you guys would engage with it more so it can get pushed in the algorithm. But I will be doing more vlogs because from what I see, you guys really like those. as well as form, along with the drama and stuff like that. All right, see you guys later. Oh, wait a minute. I did go on the news again, and we talked about, what did we talk about? I think it was about me carrying a pew-pew. So let me roll you that, and I'll end it there. Okay, love you guys. What's the pew-pew one? I'm trying to think. Hold on, guys. Or was it? No, I think it was, no, it was about like, no, I'll save down for the other vlog. I'll show you. Bye, guys. Here we go.
Those lucky enough to make a living off of a job as an influencer may be running into problems. An audience who is turning their attention elsewhere. This was discussed on the God's Show podcast.
An influencer recession. I definitely feel like it's not over.
Yeah.
But I feel like if COVID was boom time for influencers and podcasts, everybody was just content, right? Because everybody's consuming content because there was nothing else to do.
Yeah.
So
True.
But now everybody's back outside, and there has been, I think, too much content being produced.
Now, is there an influencer recession? Joining us to talk about it, influencers, Rich Lux, Houston's Lala, and Factor digital producer, Ajibola Budaran. Glad to have you all here on the Factor Uncensored. So, Rich, what are you feeling now as an influencer here in Houston and on social media? Obviously, your audience is not limited to Houston.
Yeah, definitely there is a recession that's happening. I was like 10 years ago, it was easy $20, $30 a month on YouTube. Now it's like $5K. Yes. And
$30,000
a month.
You said $30.
And it's a fact. And it's a fact because I pay taxes on it. And I'm like, you have to. And so now when you get checks from Google and it's like 10K or 5K, still a lot of money, but it definitely is different from what it used to be before COVID.
And so you're telling us like 10 years ago you would make $2 to $3 million.
No, $1,000,000 a month.
But I'm saying if it's a month, you add it up for the year.
Yes.
Wow.
And so it was life-changing to me to be able to make that type of revenue off YouTube. And then to see it where it is today, there's so many more people on social media, so it's different.
So is it saturated from your perspective?
Absolutely saturated. Only the strong survive. You have to have interesting content that people want to see you. I'm just a small-town boy from Pasadena, Texas. So when I started making money off YouTube, I made my first $1 million. I came to the Galleria, and I've been here ever since. It is. But I definitely see the crunch. And if you're not diversifying your revenue in TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube, and I'm lucky to still be here because of sponsors. And YouTube and TikTok still pay the rent, but there's also sponsors behind me that sponsor my. I'm getting nervous about it because I don't ever talk about it. It's like it's sponsoring my content.
Future. Yeah, it's your income.
Yeah.
And so, Lala, you've had different revenue streams, and you've been doing it before it was popular.
Yes.
And you are almost a physical, in place, out there influencer, not just on social media. But what are you saying now?
I definitely think it is saturated, but I think there's room for everyone if you're a hustler. You got to get out there and get it. You can't just sit and wait on it.
Yeah.
So even if things have changed, like I'm barely pushing more on TikTok, and I wasn't, because it's a lot for me, Instagram, Facebook, all that, but now I'm pushing more on TikTok because that's where I think the money's at more for me. But besides the promos and commercials and things like that, but I think social media is a big platform for a lot of people to jump on, but you've got to be a hustler and you got to want it, and you got to get on there and do it.
And your brand is out there, as in you are in person also. You MC, host events.
I'm everywhere. When people ask me, what do you do? I'm like, I do it all. Because I'm not going to go down the list. I do it all. But social media, it's crazy what a platform it is for everyone. And you can really make money if you really get out there and get it. There's opportunity for everyone. So saturated, it's just a lot going on, but you can get it. So.
And Aji, do you see a future for more influencers to join the fray, or is it oversaturated now?
Well, I think it's one of those things where the industry is going to adapt. Social media is, we can't look at it as indifferent from any other industry. So when we talk about saturation, part of the thing that we're talking about is that now we have people who are famous outside of the internet entering the influencer space. So now you have some companies that want to work with influencers or want to work in the social media space, but instead of going and looking for somebody who's created their organic following, sometimes they already want to go to a celebrity and put them in that influencer space. And I think that's what you're starting to see when you're starting to see more smaller influencers get pushed out. Also, you see some of these established influencers kind of reach that celebrity status where they're not even recognized as what you would call a traditional influencer. You see guys like social media comedians like Drewski and other guys who are getting commercials with Google and other like big major companies, and that's where a lot of this money is coming from. It's coming from sponsors and things like that. And places like YouTube, where a lot of influencers were getting a lot of their revenue and making most of their money, they're changing their algorithm. They're changing the way that they have their users interacting with content, which is changing people's revenue streams. Where they're going to places like TikTok that don't necessarily pay as much, but they do have more a reach and more viewers that may allow them to reach out and get more brand deals and get money outside of the traditional avenues of social media.
Okay, we want to thank you guys for joining us, and Lala, pray with Rich.
Okay.
He doesn't go from the Galleria to Ross Dress for. Still here tonight. We'll